Hey guys, do you guys have any jokes that you tried to give Jerry that he passed on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
go ahead, Gabe.
So mine is, why do we say Sunday night and not Sunday day? Have you ever noticed that? We'll say Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and Sunday night, but not Sunday day. I think we should give Sunday day its day in the sun.
I agree.
So
That's good.
I don't think that's very funny, but I do agree.
okay, good.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you'll notice, like, I'm like a real comedian, so like
Okay.
I hardly like ever really like laugh. But if I think something is funny, then I just say that's
That's
good
funny.
Okay.
or that's
That's people
funny.
used to talk
Well,
about
so-
Bob Mankoff, who did the cartoons for the New
still
Yorker.
do. Oh, they still
They
do.
still do.
Josh.
They still do. But they used to say that he laughed with his brain.
Oh,
Sounds like a real fun guy.
yeah.
Sounds like a really
that's-
cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh with my mouth, but just not with ha ha ha.
Right. And not at that joke.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I do laugh out loud,
Mhm.
but when someone's telling me a joke and I'm ready to receive a joke,
Yeah.
I'm much less likely to.
Okay.
just
And
laugh.
what was your joke?
My joke is food stamps. What do we got to mail fruit? What's next? Meal insurance?
They have that actually.
Meal insurance?
Okay.
They have
Pizza.
meal insurance?
I remember it was one of those pizza restaurants,
Mhm.
pizza chains offered insurance so that if anything happened to your pizza on the drive from the store to your house,
Yeah.
you could get a new pizza.
Okay.
This seems like a scam.
Right.
That's definitely. I mean, insurance is
Insurance
a
is-
scam fundamentally.
so-
I mean, but there's some things that it makes sense. But it's like that's something they should cover already.
Right.
Here's one that I tried with Jerry that he wasn't into. I think a mic would be a good tool for a murderer because I use one and I kill every night.
That's
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised of the batch that he passed on that.
That
one.
does
It's kinda
seem
crazy.
more like a Jesselnick kind of joke.
Mm.
Oh,
know?
interesting.
So maybe he's
It's very dark.
yeah.
It's a very dark
Yes.
joke.
Super
He's the prince of
macabre.
darkness.
Right, yeah.
super macabre,
Very
but
twisted.
arrogant,
Yeah.
dark, and
Yeah.
you know Jerry is kind of arrogant.
He does have
Well,
that.
and also
you
it had
know,
another
but-
feature of Jesselnick's jokes that I think is, maybe we're overlooking here, which is that it was pretty funny too.
Yeah, it was really
It
funny.
was a pretty funny joke.
Yeah.
Yes,
Jesselnick
I
is
do
funny.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't laugh at that either. Guys, that reminds me, what's something that Jerry let you borrow his apartment for?
So I had some sports memorabilia
Hmm.
that I had gotten, and I was going to use it to barter
Oh.
on Craigslist. And so I needed a safe place to arrange the barter. So I asked Jerry if I could borrow his apartment as a safe place.
Mhm.
And got in there and well, let's just say I hope I never have to see OJ Simpson ever again.
Oh, yeah. No, it didn't go well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never does.
Media kind of got some of the details wrong on the
Yeah.
story, but
Like where it was.
where it was,
Wow.
city and like building.
Yeah, they said it was in a hotel, as I remember, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hotel in Las Vegas is what they
Yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know,
Wow.
Jerry's apartment
that's what it
in
was.
New York.
Gabe?
Jerry let me borrow his actual apartment for 11 years
What?
to shoot the entire run of Frasier in.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful apartment.
Oh, yeah.
It was Fraser's apartment, I'm guessing.
Right. They didn't
Yeah.
have to do much set dressing. They had, it's in the show, but they had to take the one chair out, the Ames chair or something to get the dad's chair in there.
Yep.
So,
It's just an apartment that he likes to kind of keep. He doesn't really live
right.
in that apartment.
Yeah.
That became very clear because
Yeah.
we were using it, really all the time
Mhm.
for like like over a decade.
Mhm.
We had Cruz in there. Kelsey Grammer was, being terrible everywhere in that apartment,
Sure.
all over the place. And Jerry didn't really mind. He just, kind of would peek in and
say, okay, let's get that cleaned up.
Yeah.
Wait, Kelsey Grammer was like living in there during the filming of Frasier?
He might have been, actually. Because, I mean, there were definitely days where I didn't see him leave. And then over, Monday morning, I don't see him show up. So,
Yeah.
Did you ever go in and see him like in like big long flannel pants, kind of yawning and getting a big box of cereal and like
now that you
dumping
mention
it in?
I do actually remember a couple of.
Yeah. I think one big thing was that they needed to keep him away from the babysitter. So that might have been part of that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's a good instinct.
Yeah. Season, I guess, I'll do mine first before we go to this.
Yeah, let's not like just totally screw it all up.
Jerry let me stay at his apartment when I was detoxing. And it was really nice because there was this Vietnamese place right like down on the street. So I could just order pho up. Like I just lived on that stuff.
That's amazing.
I was all shaky and everything and feeling terrible. And yeah.
Were you detoxing from smack or?
No, it was just carbonated water, Perrier, Pellegrino, LaCroix, Polar, Crystal Geyser. At the end, I didn't care what brand it was.
Really?
Yeah.
And just if it bubbled, it sparked.
That's right. Spark joy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Marie Kondo.
If it bubbled, it sparked.
Spark joy.
I was going to say pho sounds like a good food to detox with, except that it's soup. And so you are getting those shakes but it has that strange spoon.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that helps.
The big spoon. The big
strange spoon.
Big little bowl.
A spoon with a flat bottom.
That is a spoon is basically a little bowl with a big handle.
But the Vietnamese have really taken that to another level. And they're just like, let's
We're
make
going
this
more
is
bowl.
like a bowl.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 10, The Baby Shower.
Everybody loves Seinfeld. Loves Seinfeld. George, Jerry, Kramer, and Elaine with Gabe, Caleb, and Josh.
Welcome to Everybody Loves Seinfeld 1S, the podcast about Seinfeld for Seinfeld. Hi, Jerry. I'm your host, and there's no hazing of the fetus or anything, is there? I'm joined by Caleb.
Hi, Jerry.
And Gabe.
Hi, Jerry.
Guys, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm going to
doing
speak
good.
for myself.
I'm doing
Okay.
good. What's wrong, Josh?
Is there an issue?
Go ahead. No, I just thought maybe we could get right into Seinfeld news.
Yeah,
but
no.
Caleb's gonna.
No. Let's do Seinfeld news, and then I have one thing after Seinfeld news.
Okay. Well,
One singular thing.
One singular thing. Is it fast?
It can be.
Let's do it.
pretty
Let's do it right
fast.
now. Let's do
Okay.
it right now.
Okay. I just wanted to bring up because last time we talked about who wrote Men in Black, and it's this guy named Ed Solomon.
Oh, okay.
And Ed Solomon has done a bunch of stuff. He his credits include Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yep. Men in Black, but he's also got some other good ones in here. He's got a big no-no. The infamous Super Mario Bros. movie.
I
He
loved that.
He
movie.
wrote that movie.
Never saw it.
But he was also a writer on Gary Shandling. It's Gary Shandling's show. He wrote on there for 3 years. Other crazy thing about this guy, married John Cleese's daughter.
Wow.
Wowzer.
It was just a gold mine.
Good
I was like, what's this guy? And then it was just thing after thing after thing as I dug. There was wiki.
Yeah.
So that was just interesting.
Ed Solomon, everybody.
Solomon.
Check him out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wikipedia, IMDb.
Use .com, imdb.com, wikipedia.com, or is it .org? Guys, it's time for Seinfeld news. This is from AP News, Manhattan.
Thank you.
There were some questions last time.
Last time the sources were, and also there was maybe some difficulty understanding the tense of the language, which upon revisit, no fault of the author or the reader.
It was
Certainly
definitely
not.
like
Thank you, because AP News, they work hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway,
And they play hard. AP News, Manhattan. Jerry Seinfeld stared at the window in a Dairy Queen in Tribeca. When this reporter asked what he was staring at, he said, "I'm staring at the window, not out of the window, at the window." Mr. Seinfeld sat alone at a table which held 4 large Blizzard cups. All 4 were empty. "I keep ordering another Blizzard, eating it, thinking if I get the right combination of ingredients, the right amount of ice cream, I'll feel better," Mr. Seinfeld said. "If anything, I feel worse," Mr. Seinfeld said. "This is crappy and it sucks." Mr. Seinfeld put
Why is he so sad?
Mr. Seinfeld put his head down on the table for nearly 7 minutes, then sat up with a startle, scrambled to his feet, and entered the restroom. That is Seinfeld news.
Wow.
What
Wow.
is it because he's lactose intolerant or something?
I
Is
don't.
he
I
on these
mean,
blizzards.
but he ate like 4 large blizzards. So
I
I
had
don't know
a
if we're
friend
back.
recently described to me that he ate pizza that made him angry.
Okay.
It wasn't that the pizza was that he recognized that the pizza was so bad.
Yeah.
It was like the primary thing the pizza did was actually just enrage him, like the food of the pizza.
Yeah.
Enraged him.
The energy, the calories, they were just pissed off.
Those are angry calories.
The glutinous protein
That's
was
very funny.
just it was not its day. It woke
Yeah.
this pizza woke up on the wrong
Well, that's
side
what
of
it
the
sounds like.
bed.
That blizzard. I mean, that is.
I don't know. I mean, I assumed he was still just reeling from the whole thing with the
Okay.
queen.
Okay.
I don't-
Because I was thinking it could have been related to to Elizabeth the second's
mhm.
passing.
Oh,
Yeah.
But what is there a headline attached to this? Because I'm just kind of curious what the like if I'm perusing
Well, if you want to search for it.
something, yeah. But what's gonna
Yeah.
grab my eye and make me
Yeah.
kind of focus
it's
on this?
It's a really solid headline. It says, "Jerry Seinfeld stares at window in a Dairy Queen."
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
so yeah, that's
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
Are these yeah? Because you would think that this is something that they set up a meeting
Mhm.
to talk about, interviews Jerry about something else, and then this happens. You
Well,
know,
I mean, you do have sort of, beat reporters who are just
Right.
out there looking for news.
looking for a story.
Is this guy on the Dairy Queen beat or the?
Is this
Jerry
the same author?
Seinfeld?
Is this the same author as the Dave and Buster's?
I don't know, but
Okay.
it doesn't say.
There's no byline.
It's AP.
Okay.
There usually isn't, I think, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You guys know this news stuff better than
I
me.
don't actually know
Okay.
anything about the news.
Well, guys, that's enough talking about the news.
Thank you.
Now, let's get into our first segment. What's new, man? With you guys.
What's new? What's new? What's new with you guys?
Guys, what's new, man? With you, Caleb.
Great news this week, guys. I decided to put some money and time into making something for myself. Well, it's not really making something for myself. It's kind of getting things that I own to work for me. And so I decided to, license one of the songs that I own.
What?
And so now everyone out there, if you want to listen to Gray Rocks, the song that I won,
yeah.
you can go to any of the major streaming platforms and listen to Gray Rocks.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Gray Rocks.
available.
What
It's
is the
available.
what's the name of the band?
The band is called the Audible Beeps. And so
It's a good name, by
it's-
the way. I think that's a.
oh yeah. Oh whoa.
What was
Yeah.
that?
That's an Audible Beep.
Oh,
Did you want to say something, Gabe?
Oh no, you're fine.
Okay.
Keep going.
But so I just wanted people to know, you go out there, you get that, just Really, if you could just pound that song,
Mhm.
that would
Yeah.
be great. Just
Let's get some
bump it
listens
out
on
there.
that sucker.
Yeah.
It's
It's
over.
It's easy to listen to.
it was interesting because it's easy to listen to, easy to put it on in the background. It's not going to be.
Yeah. Honestly, if you listen to like an easy listening radio,
Just-
it'll come up.
yeah,
Probably
just put
you
it
might
in
even
there.
say like stop playing it. It comes
Right.
up so much.
Just,
you know?
I don't
just
think you
slide it in
will.
there.
Right.
Put on some Gets Gilberto, and then slide Gray Rocks in, and then Buena Vista Social Club.
Yeah.
Just see if anyone notices. That's kind of what happened for
very
me.
cool.
It was interesting in the sign up process. I did have to say that I manage Josh.
Well, I mean, it's your song.
I own the song, but you are the artist.
It's nice of you to include me, but
Yeah,
you really
no.
didn't have to.
Well, I just thought it was important.
Yeah.
That's good. Kind of a Barry Gordy, Michael Jackson.
Feels
thing
that way.
happening.
Tina Turner.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, how could it end poorly? Really? We're looking at a happy ending right
Yep.
here.
Yep. So you heard it here, folks. Go check out Gray Rocks on wherever you'd like to listen to something.
Yeah, it's on Spotify and Apple at least.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be on everything.
It's on Spotify
Mhm.
because we use Anchor.
We support Spotify.
Anchor.
And Anchor is doing such a good job working so hard on getting us our first ads.
Yeah.
So
Do you think it has anything to do with our number of listens?
probably not. No.
No.
They probably give us just as much attention as Joe Rogan. They're probably working just as hard to secure us advertisers
seems
as they
likely.
are Joe Rogan.
Seems likely.
Yeah.
Gabe, what's new, man, with you?
I got some personal feedback this week, or feedback about the show to me personally from a fortune cookie.
Oh,
Whoa.
So yeah, I got Chinese food, General Tso's, and lo mein. If you're curious,
I am,
and
but not anymore.
satiated,
Yeah.
as I was briefly. But this here fortune, I cracked open the cookie, not great. Fortune, pretty good. It said, "You have a keen sense of humor and love a good time." So,
Wow.
I just was really flattered that they reached out to me that way to give me that feedback.
Yep.
That's great.
So
Yeah.
that's what's new with me.
That's what's new, man, with you.
Yeah.
And when you say they reached out to you, what do you mean by that?
Do you mean
Well,
the
they
Chinese?
signed it.
Just the
Oh, yeah.
Chinese?
I went through the Taco Bell drive-through, and the car in front of me was a Tesla. And I just thought that if you have a Tesla, shouldn't you know better
Mm-hmm.
than to go through the Taco Bell drive-through?
I think so.
I'm driving a nearly 20-year-old Suburban, and so it makes sense that I'm in the Taco Bell drive-through.
On what do you mean, like sustainability?
I just think that like where I'm at in life
Okay.
with my car, it may, like nobody's like, well, what's this guy doing here?
Oh, yeah. They're like, that car
Yeah.
makes
No,
sense.
that guy. He's where
Yeah.
he's supposed to be.
You're like, actually, this Taco Bell looks a little too nice for him.
Right. Maybe,
Right.
Is there somewhere worse he could go?
Why is he at the KFC right
Right,
across the
right.
street?
Well, that's a close call. I don't know how to parse that exactly.
I mean, that's just the coin flip that you do, right?
Right. Every time
Every time.
every time I go.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
a couple coin flips involved.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
That's one of the
And it
first
goes-
ones.
This is
Just a steady.
if the first one's tails again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yep. Yep. Yeah, that I mean for me to end up at a Taco Bell actually takes some doing.
Yeah.
It's got to fail kind of a number of different rules there.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. It just seems like if you got a Tesla, shouldn't you be a Quiznos?
Oh, that's a good point.
No.
Yeah.
Toasty.
What
Get
is
'em toasted.
what is the Tesla? What is the I mean, actually, you know what? I feel like the fast food for you. I don't know if they do drive through though.
What?
What's the Mexican place?
Chipotle?
Chipotle.
No. Yeah.
That's like the
Yeah.
Tesla.
Yeah. You think Chipotle is
Yeah.
Chipotle.
instead of
Chipotle's-
Quiznos?
Yeah.
What the one I said?
Yeah, I think you're wrong.
Okay. Because I did think about saying Chipotle.
You did?
Yeah, and I thought it was not a good one to do.
Just not funny or
No.
too real or
Well, I think if you had said Qdoba, that would make sense because it has a Q like Quiznos.
okay.
What?
Something about the Q?
I don't understand.
What's up with this Q?
Guys, it's time for us to get into the meat of the episode, the synopsis.
Now it's time to summarize the episode of Seinfeld. Synopsis.
Okay, everybody, we're talking about the baby shower, the 10th episode in the second season of Seinfeld. Guys, let's get into our initial thoughts.
Okay, I want to have some of my own quick initial thoughts.
No, unless you can do it within the guidelines and restrictions that I've chosen.
Okay.
We'll try.
Okay. Give us an initial thought that really comes from the heart.
Yes.
Whichever thought comes from the deepest in the heart, you get this song.
Wow.
If you couldn't hear it, the lyrics of that song are Epstein Barr with a twist of Lyme disease.
Very good.
Okay, so that's what's at stake.
Dude.
Caleb or Gabe, who wants to start?
I think you should start.
No, I think
No, I think you should start.
okay. Yeah, okay.
What was that?
I think I'll start. This Gabe has a
beeping.
he has a beeping well, as you can see, the viewers can see, listeners, viewers. I'm wearing the dog collar and it does work this time. You might even be able to hear it vibrate.
Just then?
Yeah.
Hang on. Hold for a
Beeping.
vibrate.
There you go.
Definitely heard that.
And there's a beep.
There it is. It kind of sounds like your food is ready.
Like a microwave.
Yes. So, okay, my initial thoughts. Very sad to see Jerry die. And yeah. So I was sad that this is over. I guess this is the last episode.
You thought Jerry died.
And
Wait,
Jerry's
did
dead.
you stop watching? Did you watch the whole episode?
Well, once I saw that Jerry died and that Kramer had lost his little cable boy, I did.
I see.
I said, well, okay. Then I don't really want to watch the show if Jerry's not in it.
Okay.
And I assume because it's called Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
The Jerry's very small.
Right.
That where is that Jerry? You know?
Well, it
Yeah.
makes up the S.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Does it?
like JERR.
Yeah, I feel you have to look really close, but it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It's like the FedEx logo
So-
with the arrow in the middle.
That's very sad to me.
or the smile on the Amazon from A to Z.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
Yeah.
You seemed
Yeah.
just a cloud of unrecognition filled your face. So it seemed
No.
like you didn't know that.
No, Jeff told me about
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was very sad to me. Made me feel
Well, that's pretty
uncomfortable.
okay. That's pretty heartfelt.
That's pretty good.
Gabe.
I was just really blown away with this episode. I was just really taken with how it felt like a real Seinfeld episode. Kind of in stark contrast to last week's episode that only had an A story. This one had multiple storylines
Yep.
that all coincided right at the end.
Yep.
Like we've talked about, that's a feature of a real Seinfeld episode, in my mind at least. I think in our broad. So I felt very exhilarated by this episode. It kind of rekindled my passion for this sitcom.
Wow, you seem it was kind of getting me a little emotional too.
Good.
Just listening to you talk.
Wow.
Whereas listening to Caleb talk just didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
Partially because what he said was so stupid.
I don't quite understand how Gabe could possibly think that this episode tied things up and had multiple storylines, because we basically get into the episode. Jerry gets his illegal cable.
Okay.
And then he is shot and killed.
Well, so actually what happens in that part is it doesn't...
Again, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say that you don't actually see him get the illegal cable before you see him die. You see them arrange for it. And then it cuts to him coming back from his trip.
The FBI knows about it, though, because the guy who was giving him the cable was undercover.
Right. So you think that they actually are shooting Jerry Seinfeld to death for trying to run away from an attempt to install illegal cable charge.
And there's a really special moment where Jerry kind of looks up at the undercover guy who is there playing the Russian guy, and he just really aims it right at him and shoots him dead.
Yeah.
And it's pretty rough. So it's a weird way to end a series.
Yeah, and we have been confused in the past about how many seasons or episodes of Seinfeld there are.
Yeah.
But I did think that we had mostly resolved that.
Which is, I forgot what that was.
There's, I think, 172, 173 total episodes.
And we haven't done that many.
We have not gotten quite to that point.
So there are more episodes, huh?
After this.
Yeah, but no, we haven't covered each of those episodes individually.
No.
Because also those 170 episodes are split up into 9 seasons, and we are in season 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but this is the end of season 2?
No.
Oh,
there's still more episodes. And...
Two more, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess you guys are going to let's really quickly watch. Can we just stop the podcast and watch the rest? Then?
Absolutely. Sure.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had already seen it.
Yep.
I kind of just looked at my phone.
It was good.
Okay. I watched it, and it is not my favorite television trope.
What?
To trick me into thinking something is happening that is not happening.
Yeah.
The fantasy.
The dream, the fake.
Yeah.
Right. So much about this show is fake, though. It seems like you would have gotten used to it. For instance, the performance of Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's there.
Yeah. It seems like you'd have your little antennae up watching for tricks.
But sometimes it kind of lulls me into a false sense of security.
Did you tell us who won the song?
We haven't really even gotten to that yet.
I'm curious about that.
It was basically Gabe that won because of the stupid thing that Caleb said, which is not understanding a dream sequence. It makes me mad.
Really?
I wish there was something I could do about it.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you want to do about it?
If there was a way that Caleb could be punished, that would make it would make it possible for the podcast to continue.
So I think at this point, I'm pretty sure you're referring to the dog collar, the electric dog collar that Caleb is wearing.
Yeah. Well, that's how convenient.
Yeah, it's there. It's on his neck. It's blinking green light.
Don't shock me while I'm taking a drink of water.
I'm not going to shock you while you're taking a drink of water. I'm not
Don't worry. He would never shock you without giving you a little warning first.
Like a little buzz. And then a beep, maybe.
Yeah.
But I still might not even shock you then. Because if you correct your behavior based on those 2 warnings.
That's very kind, but I do want
I'm a benevolent master.
That's very kind.
I've noticed that about you. it's
But-
been I'm almost not even very concerned about these beeps and buzzes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do kind of
You're-
agree
you're
with
kind of not even
Josh.
taking-
Yeah.
You're not
that
even taking them seriously.
I'm not even really taking him seriously. Ah!
You're not even so seriously and letting me talk.
So now I know. What were you gonna say, Gabe?
No, you're fine. Well, that's why we have it in the first place is
Yeah.
because Caleb, we've heard through feedback, has a tendency to talk over, people, but myself in particular.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to try to, I don't know, level the playing field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does help.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about it now?
It's in my mind.
Okay. You're actually concerned a little bit.
Well, I was just, yeah. I mean, honestly, my mind's kind of blank.
just
All I
filled-
can think about is, will that happen again?
Yeah. Just filled with white hot
Right.
shrieking pain.
Okay.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting. Well, you'll have to keep us updated on how it feels.
So
Yeah.
I started to write a summary for this episode. I'll just read what I have so far.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get any interruptions from me.
Yeah. We'll see. Elaine's throwing a baby shower for a woman George hates. He went on a date with this woman once to her performance art event, and she threw chocolate sauce on him as part of the performance. Her name is Leslie. Kramer convinces Jerry to get free cable from bad people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's as far as I got.
Bad people.
Yeah. And yeah, they seem bad.
Why? What about them?
Their faces and their accents.
Okay. That's what I was worried because that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I was worried when I saw him, and I thought,
Immediately,
I'm
yeah.
worried.
Should I be worried?
I'm worried for Jerry's safety. I'm worried for Kramer's safety. I'm more worried for Kramer because he doesn't seem worried at
No.
all. He's just hanging out with these
he's
guys.
not on guard.
No, not
Yeah.
enough. Not enough.
I didn't like-
Soviet cablemen.
Yes.
I didn't like how they were eating their food.
The one guy especially.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna yuck somebody's yum. That seems to be okay.
Okay.
They're just kind of going to town on the Sears catering. That's at the baby shower.
Whoa, good pull.
Or no, initially when they come in, they are
That's
eating
what
when
I
they come
mean.
in too.
Yeah, he's eating
That's what I meant. It's like he's eating.
nonstop.
It's a crazy thing to do, to enter someone's home eating.
I mean,
Like, it's not something you would think about, but to cross someone's threshold,
Yeah.
eating food,
Yeah.
is
I mean,
pretty bold.
very bold.
maybe it's different over there. In
Yeah.
Soviet
in-
Russia.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought you were going to say in
New York.
Manhattan.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
so a quick thought that I just had really quick. Do you think that the reason that they named it Manhattan is because back then all the men had hats on?
Yeah. Well, because I
Man
think
on?
it was at the time the two observations that people made were women be shopping and man be hatting.
Yeah, man had on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Women
Manhattan.
shop in.
Stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, stores. Parentheses, stores.
Right.
Women
Um,
shopping.
parentheses.
It's implied. The stores is implied.
And why do we do that? We
Hmm.
just say parentheses. We
Good
don't say
point.
parentheses, unparentheses.
You can say open parentheses, close
Oh,
parentheses.
okay,
Yeah.
you do that. Okay.
Nobody stopped.
That's what I recommend.
And actually, nobody is actually stopping you from saying open parentheses, close parentheses, or parentheses, unparentheses.
Yeah, I
So-
like unparentheses better.
Yeah. I like them the same.
Because why is that one open? Why is the other one closed?
Because it's
Because
over.
it is. That's actually the shape. If you think about the shape of a
It doesn't have to be.
parenthesis,
Can you
Parenthesis.
do something about this?
Parenthesis. What?
I'm
is
just.
it worth a warning?
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
yes. It's just the nature of the conversation at this point. If we're gonna criticize parentheses, I cannot abide.
Okay.
that kind of
I like
conversation.
parentheses.
Yeah,
They're
me
much
too.
softer than brackets,
Mm,
angled and square.
Mhm.
You know.
I like brackets when
Sure.
you need to indicate an editor's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
important.
It's good.
Yep.
It's important that we have these tools in punctuation.
How do we get those brackets though? And then we also have brackets that you put up. You
Oh.
actually use them.
It's a
Like for a
funny old world.
As opposed to brackets.
it's a funny old world.
You're not wrong.
What I
I'm
like,
gonna
but
start saying that.
what I like to do is you'll remember. I'm sure there's a term for this that I'm forgetting in math.
Mm.
So when you embed a parentheses, a bracket
Sure,
inside
yeah.
of parentheses.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that's called either.
I don't know.
Nested calculations.
I don't know. It's there's some kind of nesting going on there, like there was in Jerry's stand-up bit.
Flipping, nesting.
Nesting.
Hunting. That's why I wasn't good at them because I was hunting.
Yeah, you were hunting, not nesting.
Yeah.
But I like to do that in writing, in actual like prose writing, is to do a parentheses and then to discurse into a bracket
Yep.
Wow.
and then to emerge into and then back into.
Wow.
Yep.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Just fun.
I
Just
like
using math.
Yeah.
Just using math and writing.
Yeah. They said I'd never be able to do that. To use
Really?
math.
They
They looked at my SAT scores and said you'll never be able to use math.
No, I wasn't it. I thought it
Just
was more
give
of
up
like
on
a
math.
please never use
Never
math.
use
It was
math.
like a heartfelt
it was,
plea.
it was.
one time a man came up to me and he asked me. He said, or I went up to a man. Sorry, got this backwards.
Okay.
And I said,
Yeah, let's get it straight.
get it right. I said, "Hey, mister, where did AIDS come from?" And he said, "I don't know. It's a funny old world."
Well, I would
pretty
like to
good.
know what happened before you just went up to a stranger on the street and asked him where AIDS came from.
He was doing some kind of athletic thing for AIDS.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
He had
fair
a shirt
enough.
on that said, "I
Yeah.
survived AIDS."
Yeah.
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 Whoa.
So
Wait.
But he was done with it.
He survived. Did he outrun it?
yeah, got away from it.
Wow. You ran away. You have AIDS. He's well, we'll see about that.
Yeah,
That must be how
outrun it.
Forrest Gump beat it.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Guys, that's pretty much all we've got for the summary of the episode.
Is that true? Well, we should run through a couple of things.
okay,
Let's
we
run through just real quick. Like
Sure.
honestly, we can just go through. I just thought it was interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
It would be my fingers.
Your finger slipped on the beat button. That's good. I'm glad about
That was a warning to me.
Okay.
Be more careful with this because if you're not, you might buzz Caleb.
Yeah.
So the deal, the
Yeah.
last episode, episode 9, was actually made last of season 2.
Interesting. That totally checks out because
Does.
obviously
Yeah.
there's no relationship
There
between
isn't. There's no relationship between
Jerry
Jerry
and
and Elaine. You might notice that in this episode. It's
Yeah.
not referred to at all.
Yeah.
That's because Larry David thought that the show was going to not come back for season 3.
Yeah.
So he said, well, fine. NBC wants us to put Jerry and Elaine together and we'll set that up. We'll end it, whatever. We'll appease them right at the end. And then season 3, or I assume season 3 starts, but also this next episode.
Yeah.
Episode 10, the baby shower.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any reference to it at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
NBC aired the episodes out of order.
They just did that.
I think it's because they didn't want there to be an expectation
Oh.
for
Yeah. You
They
don't
were
want to
them
leave
them
killing.
together.
They were killing.
You don't want
that.
to leave that
Yeah.
dangling at the end of season
For
2
the whole summer,
Yeah,
and then,
you
you
get a
know.
couple episodes. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's I thought that was worth circling back for.
Totally.
That's all.
100% agree, Gabe.
Thank
I think you're just right on point tonight.
Any particular highs for this episode? Things that you liked a lot.
I mean, a big milestone for me.
Yeah.
Kramer's first giddy up.
Yep.
When he's telling I'm pretty sure it's his first one. When he's telling the Russian, the Soviet cable guys to get to work during the baby shower. Giddy up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, that's we're in real Seinfeld territory
Absolutely.
now. With,
Yeah.
Between the intersecting storylines at the end, or the coinciding storylines.
It does seem like this episode crosses a threshold into some real, like, just straight up Seinfeld dynamics.
Definitely.
This is what we're gonna be seeing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be playing with these players, and we're gonna be playing this sport
Okay. Yeah.
with these players, with these rules, with this equipment.
But how do they score?
With this particular scoreboard.
And
Well, no.
we're gonna have
That's
these
how we keep
refs.
track of
And-
the score. But how do they score?
And at
Yeah.
this arena.
Yeah. Yes, and we're gonna use all these balls.
Okay.
This equipment.
But I don't
including
understand how
these
they
balls.
actually. I don't actually understand how they score
You're gonna
points.
and these goals. Every single
they're
goal
so they
that
have to
you've
get the
ever
ball in a
thought
goal
of that
like
we
soccer.
thought we were gonna use, we're gonna use those goals.
We're going to use those goals
Why?
in a new way that we've never used.
But
this goal
None
Okay,
of the
before.
goals
so it's-
will be used like we've used the goals before.
So is the point to do you score by like getting the ball behind the goal or something? Is
This
that
game is going to be played inside the goal, and if you get the ball out of the goal, that's how you score.
is that it?
Yeah, that's
That's actually
how you
okay.
score.
This sounds complicated, but very compelling.
Well, that's why it's a show you can come back to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
totally.
a lot to be gleaned from these episodes.
Yes.
Road less traveled is less traveled for a reason.
For a reason.
Stupid. I hated that.
It was a stupid
was
line.
dumb.
It means nothing. I was confused by it.
What is
except that she's a performance artist, and I suppose there's some, but it felt like there was a setup line that we didn't see.
Is there something happening culturally at this time in 1991 that we don't know about?
Robert Frost was at his
Right?
high.
I don't know. I'm like,
his
maybe
high
he
point.
was just on Carson the other night or something, before they both kicked the bucket.
Yeah.
But
In
really,
a suicide pact.
yeah,
Robert Frost,
Frost,
Johnny Carson.
and Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
Robert Frost and Johnny Carson are sitting there about to do it. And he goes,
Yeah.
It's a big, funny world. It's been a big, funny
old world.
Sorry, yeah.
Funny old world.
What a funny old world.
I love that.
Yep.
But also, last thing that I thought was Kramer wants to watch Dr. Zhivago
Yes,
at the end. You know what's interesting?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Did you
'Cause
look
I
up
looked it
Laura's
up.
theme?
I looked up Laura's
theme, I
Lara,
suppose.
Lara.
Suppose. I suppose.
Lara.
That's
Lara?
the ref.
It's from Dr. Zhivago.
So Lara's theme is a piece of music from Dr. Zhivago.
Okay.
And then later in this episode, I mean, really, as late as it could be,
Right.
because I'll be honest with you, it's the end of the dang
it's
episode.
right at the end.
When Kramer says, you guys, Dr. Zhivago's on in 5 minutes because he got cable from the Soviets.
Right.
And is this episode a metaphor?
For
Our reliance on Russian energy sources? Anyway, but he got
Not ours, but other.
Oh,
it's
sure.
a metaphor.
global.
Yeah.
Global.
right.
Yeah.
Jerry's always thinking
Yeah.
that way.
The Western world,
Mhm.
Anyway,
Jerry's very continental
yeah.
in the way that he thinks.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
I've always thought that about Jerry,
Mhm.
but I
Yeah.
never had the guts to say it.
No,
Continental Jerry. Have
But
you
anyway.
ever seen Jerry in his continental outfit?
yeah, he looks great.
Have you ever seen Jerry be incontinent?
We'll cover that question
Is
at a
that-
later date. That'll come up.
Okay.
I've
that'll come
seen Jerry be incontinental.
Okay. Yeah.
Guys, that's pretty much it. I really enjoyed the Kramer talking about his cable boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was really funny to me. It's a tonal thing that comes out of nowhere.
It feels very very current.
Yeah.
It feels like something that could happen today.
It's just very silly.
even though this was over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's the thing. it's this great mixture of things where it's great stories and plots and stuff,
Yeah.
but then they do those wild things,
Yeah.
just playful stuff.
Yeah.
Where they're not taking themselves too seriously or the
No.
tone of the show too seriously. They're just going in there and they're like, this is funny.
Yeah.
We think this is funny.
Yeah.
It's weird and
Yeah.
stupid, but
Jerry getting mowed down, Bonnie and Clyde style, for stealing
Sorry.
cable. I just think we could help him remember.
Well, we did kind of say that you need to be mindful of the mic when you're
I
coughing and
think-
everything. So
I
don't
tried
know.
to get away. I tried to get away,
I
guys.
He did
I
what he
saw
could.
you
I
try.
Did
to
what he
move
could.
away.
I saw you try, but I don't actually know. I don't know.
One thing I enjoyed on one of my follow-up watches
Mhm.
is in the initial stand-up bit, when Jerry's doing the
Yeah.
act out of the guy flipping. One of the things that you might not catch is that they say is the person that he's kind of going back and forth with says, "Isn't that your father?"
Yes.
Mhm.
I did notice that.
Yeah, when he's so you're going through the channels so fast because you're hunting,
Mhm.
Right.
and then the person's like, "Isn't that your father?" And he's like, "No time, just
Yeah.
he keeps going." I thought it was
it's
funny.
great.
It was just a funny little
So
nobody's
why would
gonna
this
hear it.
person's
Yep.
dad be on TV?
Why would they be on TV? Doesn't matter. He's still
Yeah.
going.
Their dad is just finished running away from AIDS.
Just successfely ran
You
away
did it,
from
sir.
You did
Way
it.
to go.
You did it, Forrest Gump.
You didn't know.
I'm not a smart man.
Jerry Seinfeld is acting out Haley Joel Osment.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that your father?
I'd like to see that. Jerry Joel Osment.
Guys, it's time for us to get into our final thoughts. Any final thoughts on this?
Yeah. I mean, it was great it was exhilarating,
Mhm.
like I said earlier, to see all of the storylines come back together and lots of positive growth
Mm.
in it.
Mm.
But I think ultimately the line, the road less traveled is less traveled for a reason.
Ruined it.
Real stinker.
Yeah.
Brings the whole thing down. Albatross around the neck.
Clunker.
Clunker. It's
Mm.
at the bottom of the ocean next to Atlantis,
Mhm.
Lost City of legend.
Right.
And there's honestly nothing legendary about this episode of Seinfeld, so you can skip it.
Right.
Yeah.
Skip this episode. I think we're all on board with what Gabe said.
For me, yeah, I'm on board. I did want to just make a clarification about final thoughts for me,
Mhm.
which is that these are my final thoughts
Mhm.
until the next week when I decide what my new final thoughts are.
Oh, that's a good thing to clarify.
Yeah.
I should say that's true for me too.
Okay.
That is not true for me. I will
Yeah.
be thinking about other things.
Oh, in between.
I will,
Yeah.
but my declared final thoughts, these are my declared final thoughts if I do die between this end of the
okay.
recording this
Interesting.
and the next one. Whatever I say for my final thoughts, that should
For
be
me-
So
regarded
For
as
me,
my
these
final
are not
thoughts.
my actual final thoughts.
Yes.
I just wanted to get this in here really quick. So the RSS feed of the podcast is kind of like a living will and testament
Right.
of Caleb.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go
No,
further.
no, we
than
should.
that.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
should.
And I might even cut out or bleep
We should
what I've
probably
already
bleep.
said.
Yeah, just bleep
some of
that.
that.
I'm actually gonna bleep pretty much all of it except
Yeah.
for the part that everybody already knows, which
Yeah.
is the first part
Yeah.
and the worst part.
And that's
Yeah.
a good thing to do because so many of the people listening do not know us.
That's
right,
true.
Right. Yeah.
That's good. Thank you. We do skip this episode, and we recommend skipping the episode and not watching it.
That is our
Yes.
recommendation.
Let's go ahead and listen to a song.
George took a wallet to the grocery store. The wallet with the cash he wants to buy 4 pounds of roast. A typical meal. He buys the meat cause George doesn't steal. George puts the meat in the crock pot. George isn't dumb. He knows the meat should get hot. The meat gets hot. The meat gets hot. Now George can't eat the meat he bought. He was going to save some meat for later, but the meat's already hot. He blinks his eyes, he licks his lips, he breathes tries to finish off the lot. George ate all pot roast he bought.
Okay.
I do like that George knows that the meat needs to get That's good.
Okay. Okay, guys. Now it's time to get into our mail segment. The mail never stops.
Jerry. The mail never stops, Jerry.
Jick Tarwell from Bastard, Kentucky writes, I pulled some Amish strings you will like and enjoy the special treat. And we do have a voicemail and actually a song together from someone I guess that Jick knows.
Oh, okay.
Jick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow,
Are we going
okay.
to hear Jick's voice?
This is not Jick.
Oh.
This
Oh.
is just somebody he knows
This
and got
is-
in touch with.
This is not Jick.
No, this is not Jick.
Who is this? This is not
This is
Jake.
not Jick. So let's go into this.
Hey there. So I'm out in the field here on the phone, calling in to leave, I guess, a voicemail for you. My friend Jake told me that you might be interested in hearing some traditional Amish music from the Buggies. So me and the boys got together, got a neighbor kid to record it for us. He has a laptop with GarageBand. Please enjoy.
Well, the first time you get tetanus, you might think you're losing your mind. Well, the first time you get tetanus, you might feel like you're dying. But the next time you get tetanus, you know it's not that bad. But the first time you get tetanus, it's the worst disease you've ever had. Room stringer, 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 room.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, okay. So, is there some connection between tetanus and Rumspringa, or and Rumspringa, for those who don't know, is like the when Amish folks age to 18,
Yeah.
they can, for like a year,
Yeah.
they kind of just do whatever they want.
I don't know if it's specific to
remember
age.
Is
where
it
the
not
age is.
specific
Well,
to
it's
age?
before there's a moment where they are no longer under their parents' authority
Yeah.
and they can choose whether or not they want to join the church.
Right.
And it's to do with baptism
Yeah.
because you become part of the Amish church after you're baptized.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe you do. I don't.
But-
Yeah.
But
They
Is
don't.
did that happen to you?
They were like, I like went under the water
Yeah.
and came up, and everyone had beards.
Or part of
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Just
no,
beards.
just the Amish style beards.
Yeah.
interesting.
And even the women like Amish people.
Yeah.
Wait. So wait, is there? So you becoming Amish made everyone
Around
Amish?
you. It was just when he was baptized.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
see
just how
what
that
you're
works.
It
saying.
was just
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but what I was
Gee
gonna
whiz,
say.
Gabe, get it. Can't you like? No. Okay, I lost myself for a minute there.
Yeah.
Like Tom York.
Yeah. Oh, I should not put it on. It shouldn't rest on.
No. I'm the one pushing the button, but you do
Yeah.
have some limited control over the efficacy of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
Okay.
work.
Let's see if it helps.
I pushed it already.
You did?
Okay.
Did-
It doesn't. So it didn't. It didn't.
So we've established, can you just make contact with one of the points?
Okay, try it. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
it's probably
It
conducting
makes
between
sense.
two,
It
right?
makes
Hey,
sense
look.
that you need to complete a
This
circuit.
show,
It's too
this
bad.
show is great because you get English.
Mhm.
Sometimes you get
Yeah.
science.
This
I
is
think-
science.
I think actually this is technically better than most public schools in
Okay.
America.
I can't help it. I have to exclaim. Like, there's
Yeah.
Okay.
nothing
It's
I can
on.
do
It's
about
on
it.
one,
It's
and
on
it
one.
goes to 100 or 99.
It's not terrible,
Right.
but there's you
Yeah.
lose your mind. You can't do anything.
It's like tetanus.
Yeah.
You lose your mind.
It is like
Yeah.
tetanus.
Getting shocked by a dog collar. is like
Anyway.
tetanus.
Well, I think I had a thread, but I lost it.
It's
so
okay.
Oh, I'm
keep going.
sorry.
We don't have to talk about that. We did have on YouTube, we got a comment from a special listener. This is notes from the Wet Lime mailroom from the former CEO of Wet Lime Gang. 1, please, oh please, charge the dog collar. We did, and we hope you've been enjoying the efficacy of the dog collar.
It's worked.
I think it works.
Yes. 2, can I try again on the initial thoughts with verbs? Here's my initial thoughts on Josh's initial thoughts segment. Thinks, limits, is, ruins, speaks. To be honest, I don't remember anything about that.
No,
It's on his thoughts on what you're doing with
Yes.
the initial thoughts.
right.
So you figure it out, you ruin it.
Oh, thank you. That's absolutely what it is. Thinks,
And then-
limits, is, ruins, speaks. I think
Yeah.
he's using ruins
You make-
in a non-verb category.
You destroy.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Is ruins?
Well, okay, that's tricky because ruins
Thinks-
can be a noun,
That's what I'm saying.
but I think he's thinking of it as
No. Ruins,
Ruins.
speaks.
No,
Those are
thinks,
apparent.
limits,
speaks.
is, what's the is doing then?
Thinks limits is.
Thinks limits is ruins speaks.
Is it like Smeagol?
Because I think what he's saying is that you destroy the ability to speak.
Oh, that's absolutely
Right?
the sense of
Yes.
what's being
Certain.
said, but I would love to catch him out on a technicality.
But also, isn't that kind of the point of what you're doing is to ruin the way that we speak?
Right.
no,
It's
the point
limited.
ultimately is to enhance the creativity
Okay.
Yes.
by
That's true.
by providing limits.
The limitations sometimes
It's sort of like a-
encourage creative. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Very respectful, Caleb. See somebody's
It
learned a thing or two. Yeah.
Yep.
But
Okay.
that's very good. That's true actually. I haven't thought about the initial thoughts that way yet. So that's
Yeah.
great.
What I was going to
Continue.
say was it's sort of like a dog collar
Mhm.
that we wear for a portion of
Mhm.
Wow.
the show.
And doesn't it improve things and make everything better?
But I kind of wish after that insight into how the initial thoughts,
Mhm.
restrictions, and guidelines are kind of like a dog collar. I kind of wish there was like a good,
Mm.
good job.
Like
but-
good boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some
Could-
kind of pleasurable
Like,
shock.
well, I'm just wondering if maybe I deliver alongside a
Mm.
shock,
Mhm.
if it's kind of like, good job, Caleb. Good job. Is that
Well, I
better?
think it'll help him
No,
associate.
it
I think it's a
doesn't.
good idea. It'll help him associate
It doesn't
praise
help. It
with
doesn't
the
help.
pain, and that will
doesn't help.
offset the pain.
It doesn't
Okay.
do that.
Okay,
I'll
guys,
just have to take your word for it.
You don't have to.
let's get back to the
You can try it out.
to the Wet Lime mail boy. He says, "Thank you for your support of my bootstrap story. Remember, he's been
Hostile takeover of Wet Lime
he's
Gang.
been knocked down.
Yeah.
There's a word I'm looking for. I'm not finding.
Demoted?
Demoted? No, it's busted down.
Is
That's
that-
I think that's the
Okay.
military term.
I see.
Busted down to mailroom boy. Could you maybe get your dog on camera so I can talk to them about their lawyer's position
Yeah.
on the board? Nice try. The dog's not going on camera, and
It's not gonna
it's a
happen.
very litigious animal.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
And it's very sneaky animal too.
But yes,
It tries stuff like this a lot.
all the
So,
time. So be careful
Yeah.
because we're starting to get the sense that perhaps the Wet Lime mailroom boy
Yes.
is in cahoots
Yep.
with the dog.
Or maybe is an agent of the dog's lawyer. I don't know.
Something there seems wrong. He's
Trying to catch
pushing
us
really
out.
hard
Yeah.
for us to put the dog on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's absolutely the
It's-
last thing we can do.
Yeah,
Definitely
we
not
can't do
gonna
that
happen.
at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just wondering, because I heard you talking about how much you hate Grumpy Cat
Mm.
and
Yeah.
how you just can't imagine how pissed off those owners must be
Mhm.
that a cat is more famous than them.
Mhm.
And so I was wondering, Josh, if I could ask you, this isn't about you not wanting your dog to be like kind of catch a wave of fame and kind of rise above you. It's nothing to do with that.
Oh, sorry, your question is
My question is, this isn't like I said, I was peeking over your shoulder the other day and we were looking at grumpy cat memes.
Yeah.
And you were kind of just stewing.
Yeah.
Getting mad and madder and madder. And the more you looked at and go, those owners, I can't imagine what those owners feel like.
Right.
And you're like, this sucks for them. This just sucks for them.
It does suck for them.
and
I do feel that way. And I'm like, I'm grumpy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And like,
I'm grumpy man.
I'm
But your dog is also just kind of a dog. It doesn't really have like more to it. It's not like not like happy dog or something. It's just dog.
Yeah. No, it is just dog.
Right?
There are some,
you've thought of ways.
adjectives that I do attach to the dog occasionally.
Yes.
Bad.
It just wouldn't be appropriate for a family podcast like this for me to
Right.
append them.
We actually still haven't gotten that picture of that weird family that we're looking for that listens to this show. So please do send that in.
That would be
Thank
great.
you.
That would be really great.
We need it.
Guys, it's
we'll
time
put it right here.
Yeah, we'll put it somewhere.
No, we'd feature it prominently.
Could hang it.
It's time for us to finish the show, guys. Across the board, you can find us on various platforms as Everybody Loves Seinfeld. That's 1S. Subscribe, follow, comment, all of that. Subscribe to the Substack. There's stuff up there. Send us an email. Write to everybodyloveseinfeld@gmail.com. We're looking for advertisers, so send us an email about advertising. Bye, Jerry.
Hey, one other thing. Check out Gray Rocks. Make sure you listen to Gray Rocks.
Listen
Bye,
to
Jerry.
Gray Rocks. Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.
Goodbye, Jerry. Oh,